Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. How Lindsie Chrisley's family allegedly feels about her changing her last name. When it comes to the Chrisley family, many of the reports revolving around them as of late have had to do with Todd and Julie being pardoned for financial-based offenses. There's another piece of drama involving the clan now, however. Lindsie, Todd's daughter with ex-wife Teresa Terry, notably dropped her surname and took on that of her boyfriend, David Landsman. Now, a source is sharing details regarding how Lindsie's relatives supposedly feel about her decision to make the swap. How do the other members of the Chrisley family reportedly feel about Lindsie's decision? Lindsie Chrisley's name change became evident in early July, at which point she swapped her name to Lindsie Landsman on Instagram. While Lindsie, 35, eventually shed light on why she decided to make that adjustment. An insider told Us Weekly that her father and other relatives aren't all that surprised by what's transpired. On top of that, the unnamed individual actually alleges that this figures into a bit of peace that's come over the entire brood. There hasn't been a real relationship in a long time, so the name change isn't surprising. The timing just feels more calculated than heartfelt. A lot of pain has been caused over the years, and the space between them has brought a sense of peace the family had not felt in a long time. For a little while now, there's been chatter about Lindsie having been estranged from her family. Lindsie did appear alongside her relatives on their reality TV show, Chrisley Knows Best, though. By September 2023, her half-sister, Savannah, said they didn't speak anymore. Savannah seemed to suggest that was due to Lindsie and Kyle, Todd's son with Teresa, not receiving Julie as warmly as she apparently received them. While speaking on the supposed rift within the family, the insider also said the following. This only confirms that distance is what's healthiest. If this helps her feel more in control or seen, that is her decision, and the family has made peace with the way things are. Lindsie Chrisley did, however, provide updates on her father and stepmother while they were beginning their prison sentences in 2023. Additionally, Lindsie visited Todd and Julie in prison, and she was the one who said that they had been welcomed with open arms by their fellow inmates. Nevertheless, Lindsie didn't attend Julie and Todd's appeal in April 2024, with Savannah claiming that she privately asked her not to attend, in part due to Lindsie's involvement with the government at the time. What did Lindsie Chrisley say about her decision to change her name? The topic of the name change came up during the latest episode of the Southern Tea podcast, which Lindsie Chrisley co-hosts. Chrisley admitted that she knew her quiet move would ultimately raise questions amongst her listeners. From there, she began to discuss the choice she made. For a long time, I very much battled with carrying my maiden last name, and with me carrying that last name came public association, assumptions of all different kinds, and weight that I truly feel like I never asked for. I do think it's fair to say that, contrary to what some people believe, the Chrisley last name, while it did start with Chrisley Knows Best, and we all collectively were doing that project together, outside of that last name did not create income or opportunity for me. In fact, it became very problematic with me being associated in any capacity in business, and has been problematic for projects that I have done post Chrisley Knows Best and have been asked to go by another name altogether. Landsman isn't the only surname that Lindsie has gone by during her lifetime, as she also changed her name in 2012 when she married Will Campbell, with whom she shares son Jackson. Will and Lindsie tied the knot in 2012, and the latter filed for divorce in 2021, during which she discussed her desire to move forward accordingly. This latest name change would seem to signify a new chapter for Lindsie Chrisley, one that seemingly doesn't involve her relatives. With that, it's not looking likely that the oldest Chrisley daughter will be involved in Todd and Co.'s new reality TV show. Nevertheless, based on the comments shared by the insider, everyone is supposedly fine with where familial relationships stand right now. Names have always carried weight. Their last name, Chrisley, wasn't just a surname. It was a brand, a legacy, and, in many ways, the glue that tied them together through their reality television stardom and beyond. But when Lindsie Chrisley, the eldest daughter of Todd, announced that she had officially changed her last name, whispers immediately stirred among fans and family insiders alike. What did this decision mean, not only for her identity, but also for the already fractured Chrisley family tree? According to those closest to the situation, emotions have run high behind the scenes. Some family members are hurt, others quietly supportive, and a few reportedly see her decision as the final break in a line of tension that has stretched across years. Todd Chrisley's alleged reaction. If anyone was going to take the decision personally, it would be Todd Chrisley. For years, Todd has held his name as a badge of honor. The Chrisley knows best patriarch built his empire on the belief that the Chrisleys represented not only wealth and southern charm, but also perseverance and tight-knit family values, even if reality sometimes told a different story. Sources claim that Todd allegedly felt deeply stung by Lindsie's choice. Though he has often clashed with her publicly, insiders suggest that beneath the quips and fiery exchanges was a father who still longed for unity. To him, Lindsie dropping the family name wasn't just about individuality, it was about rejection. One insider put it bluntly, Todd sees the Chrisley name as everything he built. For Lindsie to walk away from it feels like she's walking away from him entirely. In prison, where Todd has plenty of time to reflect, those feelings may be amplified. Family whispers allege that he oscillates between anger and sadness, wondering if this is one of those choices that will mark a permanent divide. Julie Chrisley's quiet pain. Unlike Todd, Julie Chrisley is said to have a gentler reaction. Those close to her reveal that she has always carried an almost maternal yearning for reconciliation with Lindsie. When Lindsie left the family's reality show years ago, Julie allegedly hoped time would heal the wounds. With the name change, however, Julie reportedly feels as though that hope is dimming. She's heartbroken, said a source. Julie knows the last name is just a word, but it's what it represents that matters. She always wanted her children to feel proud of being a Chrisley. Lindsie letting it go feels like Julie failed at holding the family together. But Julie, ever the peacekeeper, is not said to be angry. Instead, she allegedly harbors a quiet sadness, a resigned understanding that her eldest daughter is carving out her own life in a way that may never circle back to the family fold. Savannah Chrisley's public stance. Savannah, the outspoken and fiercely loyal daughter of Todd and Julie, has been less forgiving. If there's anyone who has inherited Todd's fiery nature, it's her. Allegedly, Savannah views Lindsie's name change as not only unnecessary, but also a public statement against the family brand. She's protective of the Chrisley identity, one insider shared. Savannah feels like their name has been dragged through enough mud with the legal battles and prison sentences. For Lindsie to drop it now, well, Savannah thinks it's a betrayal. She's not going to sugarcoat that. Indeed, Savannah has been carrying the Chrisley torch in the public eye, speaking up for her parents, advocating for their release, and holding onto the family narrative. To her, Lindsie's departure from the name is symbolic of abandoning that fight. Chase Chrisley's alleged indifference. Chase, on the other hand, reportedly isn't losing sleep over the matter. Known for his easygoing personality, he's said to view Lindsie's choice as her business, not his. Friends close to Chase claim he recognizes that the family dynamic has been fractured for years, and a name change isn't going to suddenly rewrite history. Chase has accepted that not everyone's going to get along, a source explained. He doesn't think Lindsie's trying to make a statement. He just thinks she's living her life. Still, even Chase is rumored to feel a twinge of sadness. The Chrisley siblings may not all get along, but deep down, there's still a thread of loyalty that ties them. Watching one sibling choose a different name, a different identity, can sting more than he lets on. Grayson and Chloe's innocent confusion. The youngest members of the family, Grayson and Chloe, are reportedly more confused than anything else. While Chloe is still too young to fully grasp the weight of the situation, Grayson allegedly wonders why his older sister would want to step away from the family name altogether.